Hello guys, welcome back to a new tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do these really cool lines that you can see on this banner. And yeah, so they look really cool. I've got two examples here for you. You can see like a geometric kind of style here, and then you got the one that that is in the preview right here. So it kind of like goes from a gradient and it looks kind of like a bevel, and it looks really cool. And I'm going to be showing you how to make these. And this header was made by Sage, and yeah, thank you for letting me use this example. You can check him out in the description. He actually made this banner like completely from scratch by himself, so there was no pre-made textures or anything like that, and I thought that was really cool. So yeah, definitely go check him out. And yeah, so let's get into the tutorial. So as you can see here, like I said before, I'm going to be showing you how to do two kind of styles, and I'm going to move these to the sides just so I can actually just have a bit of space to work with. The dimensions that you're going to be making these on don't really matter, as of course you might be doing it on a header or anything. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And okay, so first off, we're going to make our foreground color the color that we're going to make our lines. So if you want to do a white, you'd obviously just change it to a white. If you want to do a green, you change it to a green. And I might actually go for a cyan. I might just mix it up a little, and I'll go for like a turquoise kind of style. Okay, yeah, we'll go for this kind of color. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to use our pen tool. That is what we're going to primarily be using in this tutorial. So first off, we're going to make sure they're on a new layout. So yeah, just make sure you're on a new layout just by clicking on this icon down in the corner. And yeah, so we're just going to make our shape. So what you're going to do is I'm going to be using a right angle, and obviously the shape doesn't really matter. Well, obviously I mean the angle doesn't matter, but yeah, we're going to be using a right angle. And so once you've done your basic line, you want to make it so it kind of extrudes in the middle, so you can see kind of it gets thinner and thinner as it goes, and that is what makes this effect look so cool. So yeah, you can see that we've made our shape here, and now on our new layer we want to right click and then fill path, and then make sure this is on foreground color. Everything else should be default, and just press OK, and there we go. We got our shape there, and that's ready to start working on it. So okay, so now we've done that, we're going to make another new layer and just make it our clipping mask. A shortcut for doing this is by holding Alt and then just by clicking at the bottom of the layer, and then it automatically just clip it to the layer below it. Or you could just right click and press it will say create clipping mask, and just do that. And okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that our foreground color is black. So to do that, you can just double click on it and make sure it's a black or a really dark color. But okay, so yeah, now we got our foreground color is black. We're just gonna click and then basically just go through the middle of our shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously there's not going to be a critic going like with their face to the screen seeing how perfect it is. So yeah, just make sure that it kind of looks like as if it's going through the middle, and then just go around the outside. Obviously it doesn't matter what we design outside of the shape, because it doesn't matter, because we have made a clipping mask. So now what we're going to do is we're going to right click, fill path again, just like that, press OK, and now you can see, well, it might be a bit hard to see, but you can see that we have the black onto the cyan shape that we had earlier. And now we can just lower the opacity of that, and there we go. We have this really cool geometric kind of style line here. You can just change the opacity, mess around with it, and see what looks best for your color, and also for the depth. So obviously if this shape was to be darker, then it would be deeper. If it was like going to be really light, then it's not as deep as if it was going to be dark. Okay, so now I've shown you how to do this kind of geometric kind of style, and I'm now going to show you how to do this kind of style. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how you can change the color afterwards. So we've made our cyan kind of shape here, and we decided that we actually wanted it to be a red, like this one. So to do that, we just want to click on our original shape layer, press Command U or Control U if you're on a Windows computer, and then you can just click and drag on this hue, and yeah, you just find the color that you're looking for. So I can say this color looks really cool and that's what I want, and just press OK, or you can just press Enter, obviously. Now I'm going to show you how to do this kind of style of the clean line that I've showed, that Sage actually used in the preview. So okay, so to do that, we're going to start on a new layer just like that, just by clicking the icon. And this color doesn't really matter, just because we're going to be adding a gradient anyway, so we could just go for white. And okay, so we're just going to hold shift just to make straight lines, and we're also going to be holding shift for to make this angle here, because like before I said how we're only doing half of the line, so just so we can add a gradient to each part. So yeah, we're only going to do this section at first. So we're basically making a scaling triangle to make it simpler for you guys. So make sure that you hold shift for all of these lines, just so you can get it perfect for when you match it up. Okay, so now that we've done that, we made our shape, and obviously, like I said before, the color doesn't matter. So we're just going to right click, go to fill path, and just press OK. And now we've got this half of our shape that we're going to be wanting to use. And so now we need to make the other half. So to do that, we're just going to duplicate the shape that we've got here. So just press Command J or Control J, and then just going to move up just so it's a bit easier to see. And now we can just hold shift and rotate it, just like that. And now we can right click and press flip horizontal, and now we can just fit it into where we need it to be. Okay, that's perfect. So now we just move it down. We don't want to merge these because, like I said before, we're going to be adding a different gradient to each one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to double click on the first one, and then we're going to go to gradient, and make sure this is on normal, this is on 100%. And I think we're going to go for a should we go for green? Okay, so we're going to be editing our first color, and obviously it's going to be going from light to dark, just like I have in the preview here. So let's just make sure this is going to be the light green. So let's just make sure we go for light color, just like that. That's good. Now we've got our light color here. We're just going to make this one our dark green. So just double click on it like we did it before. And we're just gonna, you don't really want to judge looking at this, just because you might not be able to see it judging on the angle that you've set it to. So just make sure that you look at this one and you find the right gradient that you're after. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool. So now we just press OK, and now we can just press OK on that as well. And now we can just try and find the right angle to where I can actually see it. I might actually just reset this to default. So yeah, you won't need to worry about this. Resets default. And then just okay, so now we've got the green that I had earlier, and this is what you should have on your screen right now. So now we want to make the angle so where it's darker where the two lines meet, and it's lighter as it gets further away. And if you also want it to be more dark, I mean more light as it goes up, you can just click and drag, and you can move your gradient around, and yeah, that works pretty well as well. Okay, so now we added our gradient here, we can just press OK just like that, and we can right click on this layer, the first layer that we have, and then just paste it onto the other one, and there we go. It looks really cool. You can see how it is supposed to be lighter as it meets in the middle here, just so it does show you this kind of like bevel effect. And yeah, it looks really cool. And if we wanted to, we can go to gradient, and then we can just move this down just so you can see a bit more of the dark and a bit more of the gradient. So yeah, that looks really cool. Hopefully you guys can use this technique in your designs. If you do, don't forget to tweet them at me, and I'll be happy to retweet and give my feedback on it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching the tutorial. If you did find it useful, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.